Sorry, pal. We're out of gas and your engine is boiling. Let's see if we can fix you up here. We'll be back on the road in no time. Stranded in the middle of nowhere. Dad used to say, a flawless establishment needs flawless window panes. Terra Incognita Scenic Highway. Next town ahead. Long shot by the sea. Sounds promising. At least the cold chain is unbroken. I wish. It's frozen shut. Hansen's ice cream. I used to love it when I was little. Somebody forgot their toolbox. This loot box contains only some rusty pliers. Hello? Anybody in there? I could really use some gas. Locked. Of course. How should I open the door with these rusty pliers? My tires should still last a couple of miles. Milestones. Did they ever actually help anyone? Those pliers won't help me with that. It's just one short circuit before everything blows up into my face. No juice. Some of these constellations seem familiar. Or do they? No way. A hidden replacement key. That was too easy. As if it wanted to be found. It fits. That was almost too easy. It's pitch black. I can't even see my own hands. There's something funny about that picture. Oops! A hidden switch. This must be the main fuse. It's a picture of a buffalo. Extra large, no refill. This is the end of nowhere. I wonder if these postcards would ever reach their destination. This one shows a map of the area. I'll take it with me. Quite off the beaten track. Cherry pie. If there's something I can't stand, it's cherry pie and hot coffee. Again, that ghastly tune. Electrical cables. Zip. Now they are working again. Drink up. You must be dying of thirst. Not until I have found a way to cool down the engine. Cold as ice. Exactly what I need. There you go. Have some Kool-Aid. Done. Finally, we can make off again. Oh, come on. Start already. It's that darn oil pump again. Looks like we'll be stuck here for a while.
You sure this is the right place? When's the next bus back to the city? Beverly, I have arrived. I feel spewed out into the most barren, dark void of Europe. All things considered, this could most likely be the best vacation ever. Feeling chilled out already. Yes, that's where I am. The next city is like 1,000 miles away. The bus stop. My gateway to the outside world. Brr, looks cold. Paddleboat rental. 1 hour, 1 Deutschmark. Hades. Paddleboat rental, souvenirs, fishing supplies. Closed. A hiking map of the region. The upper section has been torn off. I wonder what that is. Arrived at destination after a short walk. Trubberbrook, a tranquil little town. Seems a bit run down. I must say, Beverly, I absolutely fell in love with this town already. That is one strange-looking cat. That's probably the town's landmark. The mysterious village. Who is into this kind of stuff? Beverly, I discovered the local movie theater, Mobius Palace. The favorite genres around here appear to be Western and noir. This must be the place. Small ads, postings, announcements. They're holding a town fair soon. Exciting. Evening.
Hey. Nobody there, huh?
Doesn't seem so. Where is everyone?
I saw someone here just a minute ago.
I should check in first. They don't seem to have many bookings. All the keys are still there. Hello? I'm not going to give up.
Good afternoon. How can I help you, darling?
There's a room reserved for me. You know the lottery? I won a stay over here.
You won? How can you win a stay in Trüberbrook?
Well, actually, I don't really remember taking part in any lottery myself. Yet I received this winning notification.
What was the name again?
Hans Tannhauser. Dr. Hans Tannhauser.
Tannhauser, 11hauser. Oh, Dr. Hans Tannhauser. Oh yes, here we have it.
Say, is it a quiet room?
Seeking some peace and quiet,
Well, I'm working on a text and I could really use some serenity.
Text? Are you a kind of writer or something?
I'm a physicist. Right now, I'm writing a paper on quantum physics.
I've heard worse. You arrived just in time for the big anniversary celebration. Trüberbrook is a bit noisier than usual around these days. But apart from that, I'd say you have nothing to worry about in terms of disturbance. Here's your key, Dr. Tannhauser. My name is Trude, by the way.
If you don't mind, where are all the other guests?
Let's put it this way. The season in Trüberbrook is already over.
I get the impression the season has been over for some time. What?
Please, you've got to help me.
Did that guy just disappear with my paper? Something unusual happened. There was an uninvited guest in my room tonight. Now that he's escaped, I'm going to chase him down. What is this? Some kind of goo. Where did he go? Darkest night. In the pale starlight, this village appears to be composed of jagged silhouettes and loneliness.
Hey there. Taking a little night stroll?
Someone was in my room.
You only just got here and you already have secret admirers?
No, it was a burglar, I think.
Well, I haven't seen anyone sneaking around here, but if I were you, I would probably follow these somewhat extremely obvious footprints.
You've got a point there. Please excuse me. This situation is growing aggravating. I followed the person who stole my notes into a kind of dead-end street. And now he's vanished. Picture me standing here at the edge of the world, stripped of my writings.
I wonder who on Earth would steal a paper on quantum physics. Do you like ghost stories? It is said that a Proto-Germanic cult used to live up here in the mountains. They prayed to the spirits of the forests. I know it's a long shot, but maybe this visitor of yours is one of those spirits?
This guy wasn't really a ghost. Or was he?
Nonsense, I was just trying to mess with you. What was your name again? Tenhauser? Name's Gretchen. I'm an anthropologist. In fact, those old Proto-Germanic ritual grounds just so happen to be my special subject. One of them is supposedly somewhere around here, though I haven't been able to find it yet.
Gretchen, well met. Now, that's all well and good, but what am I going to do without my notes?
You know what? I'm going to help you track down that burglar. It looks like he escaped with one of the old gondolas. I bet he's hiding somewhere in the mountains, which, incidentally, is also where I was heading.
Come on, you're a scientist. You're coming with me now, you're going to help me find this ritual site. Who knows, maybe you'll even find your evil spirit there. The one with an interest in quantum whatchamacallits. You scratch my back, I scratch yours. So what do you say? You with me? Ha! I knew you had the spirit of adventure in you. Are you ready to go? I'm ready to go. The early bird catches the worm and all that. We have to find a way up the mountain. It would be easiest if we used a cable car. I reckon that's also what our friend thought.
The cable car doesn't exactly appear to be in pristine condition. What do you think?
Don't worry, I'm sure I can fix this. I can't fix this. The master key is missing and a weasel damaged the electric mains.
Maybe it was the burglar who did this.
The plan. I'll hold the position and try my best. Why don't you take a look around town? We need the master key for the cable car. Also, we need to override the broken mains. Think you can remember that?
I'll try to remember.
Let's go. This is going to be fun.
It's glowing red.
High voltage. There's got to be a way we can fix this.
I wonder what that is. Locked. This old generator is running at maximum strength. It's even sending out sparks. Hello? Anybody there? What was that?
The platform further uptown presents a wonderful view of the valley. Leaning on this rusty rail, nose to the wind, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains. I've already made an entry on this. The platform further leaning on this rusty rail, I can let my gaze wander freely to the other shore and across the mountains.
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a dangerously loving affection towards all sorts of cables. The present case suggests a rather impressive specimen, judging by the thickness of the cable. Last resort, self-termination. Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
I've been wondering about that cable car.
I don't want to think about the old cable car. This wobbling table is simply unbearable. It's driving me crazy.
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even savor my cognac as long as this terrible table keeps on wobbling.
As you well know, Beverly, I am a man tempered by a sober lifestyle. However, I keep dwelling on the fact that a sheer infinite amount of states of matter can lie between expectation and reality.
My accommodation, the guest house Farthest Lust, looks slightly more luxurious in the notification.
Now look at all these fishing rods. Quite the collection.
You can borrow one if you like, but only in exchange for a pawn. They have a tendency to get lost otherwise.
Pawn? You mean deposit? Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour.
Would this be an adequate deposit for the fishing rod?
I'm afraid not. It should be something that attracts attention but has no real importance. Something you can do without while you are on fishing tour.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
Can you tell me something about the old cable car?
The cable car leads up to the old mine. It used to belong to the Baron von Sülz. Then this company from overseas forced him to sell it.
Who exactly is this Baron von Sülz?
Baron von Sülz used to run the mine, a philanthropist and patron of the arts. His wife was the flamboyant Baroness von Sülz. You must have heard of her. Anyway, when the company took over the mine, the Baroness dropped him as well and left the Baron behind. A broken man. Now his cat is his only remaining pleasure.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
I'd like to report a theft. There was an uninvited guest in my room last night.
In our house? Oh dear, I'm so very sorry. Let me call the police immediately.
Thanks.
I will keep you informed.
I'll be leaving then.
Make yourself at home, Mr. Tenhauser. By the way, the buffet is open. Please help yourself.
Please don't stand there.
Note to self, the buffet in this guest house is an obvious case for the public health department. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trash. Hey. She's almost in a trance. Locked. I would probably hurt myself. I'm not tired. In my old flat share, we used to throw the trash out of the window. I promise not to do that anymore. Maybe somebody hid their money in there. No. Supplemental. I'm afraid the condition of my room is far below expected. I don't want to mess up the crime scene. Just a hanger. I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. This muddle of spots and drips is probably telling more about the room's many previous occupants than I'd wish to know. I don't want to mess up the crime scene.
Please don't stand there.
Excuse me, didn't mean to. What's that you're watching?
Never seen a TV before?
Coming up next, a new episode of Rocket Ship Andromeda.
Have you been living under a rock? With a TV set you can take journeys to other worlds. Now that I think of it, I have never seen you here before. Are you from another world as well?
Depends on how you look at it. My name is Hans. I just arrived from Berlin.
Hey Hans, I'm Leni. My mom owns the place.
70,000 light years from home, the rocket ship has stranded in star system Omega 3.
Is Berlin also in star system Omega 3?
Omega-3 is a fatty acid.
Come on, that's applesauce.
Star Cybernetation Commander Aurora is searching for a way back home.
And what do you do for a living? Are you a famous cybernetician too?
I'm a quantum physicist.
Quantum what? Anyways, I'm going to be a star cybernetician.
Only Commander Aurora can disintegrate the even Rulans into thin air with her space beams.
So, do you Berlinalians have any special powers? Can you make things disappear?
If you're referring to my bank deposit.
You're saying a lot of silly things.
Stay tuned, folks. We will be right back after a few consumer-oriented product endorsements.
My uncle knew how to make things disappear as well. I also know where, but I mustn't tell anyone on Earth.
Your uncle was a wizard?
Wizards? They aren't even real.
So, what do I have to do to make you tell me?
There's only one thing I can think of. Can you prove you're not an Earthling?
I'll think of something. Look, this is the star log I'm using to stay in contact with my home planet. Just met human child Lenny, keeper of a cosmic secret.
Awesome. Is this a star log for real? May I please?
My pleasure.
This is Leni of planet Earth speaking. My uncle had a secret stash hidden under a loose plank in room 3.
Room 3? That happens to be my room.
Room 3 used to be where my Uncle Heinz lived.
And where is your uncle now?
My mom says he is now living on planet No Good.
Creepy. Some kind of a sea monster. Must be a local myth. Oh, there really is a hidden stash below. Loads of useless junk, and an almost empty bottle of schnapps. I'll only take the schnapps. bolts and shoes.
I need to know what happens next.
Now where would this lead to?
Thank you, but I believe this ordinary table is not deserving of your delicate tablecloth. You better keep your distance. This table has a horrible wobble.
I don't want to cover up these people's works of art. Wooden fences always remind me of my old neighborhood. This cat again. That's some sturdy, full-grown reed. Actually, it's quite a nice table.
Be careful. The table is wobbling terribly.
I met a woman named Gretchen in Trüberbrook. She is a fellow scientist. Gretchen studied anthropology in Vienna.
Could you please focus on the task at hand?
It seems you need a special key to get the thing running.
Indeed, Mastermind. Did you already ask around town? Maybe someone there has it.
I've already made an entry on this.
It's a well-known fact that weasels have a danger in the present case, judging by the thickness last resort.
Locked.
No, Hans, that would be a really bad idea.
Danger. High voltage.
Time waits for no man, not even in Tröverbrook. I discovered a modern telecommunication system further uptown. This might be important to anybody wondering if the world is still turning at the end of the line. Please ring bell for service. We only serve small pots of coffee outside the restaurant. There's something funny about that clock. A dim oil painting showing a couple of withering roses in a vase. Some of the varnish is starting to come off. How poetic. Look at all these beautiful people. Must be some kind of ancestral gallery. They don't seem to have many bookings. Today's menu, nothing.
It might be able to support a glass of beer, but not this table. Actually, it just needs one more mew. My father used to say, the only thing more stable than a beer coaster was 2 beer coasters. And I think I finally understand what he meant. It might be able to support a glass of beer, but not this table. Actually, it just needs one more. My father, the only thing more, I think I find. Is that a maggot?
It's having a good time.
I'll save you, my little friend.
They serve traditionally hearty local meals in this place. Apparently, a few maggots found themselves a lovely home in there. I don't want to take this with me. If anywhere, it belongs in the trap.
This can must have fallen off the table.
Good morning.
Excuse me.
I've been what?
This.
Good morning.
Excuse.
Are you all right?
Please don't ask. I can't even say.
Good morning.
Morning, Mr. Tenhauser.
About the cable car.
Sure.
What about...
They are called Millennium Cooperative or something like that. A very dubious corporation. They have connections to the top, if you know what I mean. Way up to the highest circles of power.
What became of the people working the mine?
More and more outsiders came to town. Nobody knows what they were actually doing in the mines. Some went missing, some went crazy. Who can tell? At one point, they even bought the old sanitarium in order to provide housing for their workers. That was before the mine shut down, of course.
What were they mining for? Do you know?
An old silver mine, so nothing a quantum physicist would be interested in. It's been a few years, back in the days, when there was enough work for everyone. Then this company took over the mine, only to shut it down immediately.
So why did they shut down the mine?
There is talk and rumors all over the town. Allegedly, people started disappearing without a trace. Tourists, poor laborers without families, the odd stranger. Some folks were also talking about toxic residues in the air and the water. But nobody knows anything with certainty. If you ask me, I'm just glad the whole affair has come to an end. All those rumors have kept spa guests away for years, as you can see for yourself.
I've heard enough. Thank you.
Anything else I can do for you?
Have you talked...
I gave the officer an... It's only going to be...
What do you mean?
The police station is right next town. But as you know, we have to... As soon as...
Keep me up...
I will let you...
This is...
A family... Actually...
So what
The only interest that scoundrel had was in his bottles. In the end, that good-for-nothing took a half too much of his Bolzenschuss and just made off.
That door over there hasn't been opened in a while, has it?
That's the door to the cellar, where my brother built his little lair. No one has taken any interest in that door since he left. He just took the key with him.
Being the
Season?
your daughter.
You see, the kid is always in front of the box. She's got her nonsense. Anything else?
Truda,
Just a second, Professor. Here, a coaster. There you go. Cheers.
What's this? The table stopped wobbling? Oh, thank you so very much. I was hardly able to focus on anything else but this cursed wobblery.
good morning.
Excuse me, sir.
You've got yourself a
The name is Baron Otto Titan von Tröberbruck-Stutz.
Tannhauser. Pleased to meet you.
Please, come over. Don't waste the opportunity to put up with the company of a lonely, broken old man.
Do you have any friends or family?
My spouse left me for good, and my beloved Trüberbrook is slowly going down the drain. Only Claus remained loyal to me all these years. Alas, now even he has disappeared.
Who is Claus?
Claus is my tomcat, an angel of an animal. He was the only one to always remain by my side. But now, he's vanished, without a trace. Everything in this world is going down the drain. Mark my words.
Maybe he just went for a stroll.
I don't know. Claus was always faithful and stood by my side. Then he just disappeared without a trace. You can't rely on anything in this world anymore. Let me tell you. It's just awful.
Are you from around?
You may very well say so. I put all my life's work into the well-being and prosperity of Trooperbrook. I once was the owner of both, the mines and the cable car. That's all history now.
Do you still have the key to the old cable car, by any chance?
Please excuse me, but I need to be on my own now. I need some rest to mourn for Claus.
Could you tell me?
Don't bring up the old cable car. I don't even want to think about it.
Please excuse...
Oh my. It looks desperate. Nine lives or not, I don't think it would survive that drop. Soft as a feather. You like this, don't you?
Good morning.
Excuse me, sir?
Any news about Claus?
Nothing.
Please excuse me.
run from here, kitty. Oh, I think he passed out. Now I've got you. Is this by chance your cat, Claus?
Oh, my beloved Claus. Where have you been? You look exhausted, old friend.
Good morning.
Excuse me.
So what's with...
I used to own the cable car. In fact, the whole mine. Everything was taken away from me. Those maniacs destroyed everything. The cable car, the mine, the whole village.
Who are these maniacs you're referring to?
The Millennium Cooperative, a multinational conglomerate of enterprises. Ruthless and unscrupulous. They leave us little family businesses with next to nothing.
What do you mean they destroyed everything?
First, they stripped me of the mine. Then, more and more dubious eggheads and foreign workers started pouring into town, driving visitors away with the gigantic machines.
Please, go on.
More and more outsiders came to town. What they were actually up to in the mine, no one knows for certain. But after a few years of quick profits, they shut down the place and closed the cable car altogether in one go. Just think of it. This was my life's work. They closed down the mines, drove away the people, and turned a once flourishing community into a ghost town.
You ran a mining business?
Well, but yes. I am the Baron von Zülz, entrepreneur and mining engineer in the third generation, district mayor of Trüberbrook Zülz and Trüberbrook Düssel, assistant secretary to the municipal council, patron of Trüberbrook and the arts, well known beyond the borders of this country.
These must have been...
I appreciate your concern.
Would you mind lending...
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat. I'd have given you everything. My heritage, my stocks, my startups. Yet all you desire in your modesty is this aged key. Here you are. I can't fathom what you may want with it, but please take it.
Hello?
Hey.
About the kid. And you...
Why? Whatever. Come on.
Okay.
Anything.
No? Well then.
But
I have to insert a coin. Actually, it's quite a nice table. Good morning.
You have...
Good morning.
You've been so kind to me today. You have reunited an old man with his loyal cat.
Unfortunately, it doesn't fit. Good morning.
Morning.
About...
Sure.
Do you...
After here, if you ask.
What was...
After here, if you ask
I've heard...
anything.
Is...
God, the inspector, and it a dog. Would you like? Of course.
I'll...
Make your...
I'm sure this will take us up the mountain.
If only I had another coat hanger.
These binoculars should provide an excellent view of the opposite lakeshore. Hello?
Hey,
About the question?
we need the master key to get the cable car running in the first place. Why don't you take a look around town? Anything else?
Yes. I wonder...
Presumably not. Who else would?
So,
The day before. And just...
Why it's hard to, but I'm not...
I've been... And when I find... The people...
Something?
Tell me about yourself.
What would you like?
So you're...
The United...
Where...
Wooden...
Hmm.
Seattle.
Oh, yes.
You've been...
Yes, once. Actually, but then I got...
A while...
Not the whole Boston. Then on and on. Oregon.
Wow.
And that's where...
No, under Dr.
Ah.
Exchange.
You...
Don't ask me.
Int-
Now it's glowing green. There's something... A dim oil painting, some of the varnish is starting. This leads to the rooms. Hanging dead animals on your wall is a bit eccentric. There's something lying on the floor. It's a massage rod. Somebody must have misplaced it.
Hey, mister!
The antenna provides TV reception for the guest house. Fresh air is still the preferable.